Rule number, I like rules. Rule number 1 for legs, okay? My hip never touches the ground. If I touch the ground, I'm in trouble, okay? So what's rule number 1? Hip never touches the ground. What's rule number 1? Hip never touches the ground. What's rule number 1 on the bottom? Against the chest. Rule number 2 on the bottom. Lock outside and won't let back in. Rule number 3. Get a hand to let go. Make sure you remember this. 3 rules. You guys kind of remembered them from last year. You had the right ideas. Good enough. Alright, so we have our leg in. There's a couple different ways. Well, there's 2 main ways. You can break those down even further. There's a cross body ride, a lot of people are good at, and there's a parallel ride that a lot of people are good at. I combine them. When I first get the leg in, I like to start cross body a little bit, which is if I have the left leg in, my left arm is all over, my left elbow is in the ribs. Okay? So that's one way. The other way, okay, it's more of a parallel ride, and that's just as good, and I'm behind both arms. I would actually like to start on top of the head. So let's get this way. So, a couple different breakdowns. Okay, we have a lot of what you guys probably do is, I'm sure that you take the ankle out, bump the elbow. That's great. I would add, just one thing to add, push the head down with the elbow and pull up this arm. So I have 2 hands. So I'm attacking the wrist and the bicep right here. But my elbow's on top of the head right here. So if you like that one, that's great. Just add in that part. Add in that part. Okay? So push this head down. Now attack with 2 hands right here. Okay? So that's one. Again, here, here, here. Okay? Another one, if you like the cross body, this is the one I like. Okay? I like going underneath. I'm not going for the guillotine, I'm just going for the breakdown. And then I'm just lifting this leg right here. Lifting this ankle, pulling the arm, and this leg that's in. So I have this leg in right here, like this. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to turn my knee out. Watch what I do with my heel. See how I turn my heel so my foot's like this instead of like this. If I do that, what does that do to his hip? That's now I'm on the bottom. Right now I'm on the top, right? I'm on the top, envisioning it. If I'm on the bottom and he does that, what does that do to my knee and hip? It does this. This, right? So watch. Turn this way now, forward. So my toes on the ground. Watch what I do as I rotate my heel in and my knee out. You guys see that? Small, but it's important. Okay? So that's what I'm doing right there. I'm turning that knee out, trying to get that heel in, lift the ankle, off this. Now once I break him down, I'm not hanging on this arm. Okay? There's not a lot I can do here. The guillotine's great for mediocre guys. You're not going to turn tough guys in. And that's about the only thing you can do with this arm. So once I break him down, what I'm going to do is now I move to my parallel ride. What's rule number 1? Don't go to my hip. A lot of times, okay, I was teaching the younger guys this today. They were doing a great job breaking it down and they did this. And I broke it down and they tried to go forward and they did this. Okay? I break them down away from my leg. It's like forward. I'm not falling straight, I'm not falling back. Falling forward right here. Forward. One more thing for both leg rides. Both leg rides. When I break him down, I figure 4, right? Those of you know leg riding, nod your head. Hope you know that. Once I get him down, I parallel ride, I figure 4. Before that, this knee is right in his butt crack. Right here. This is my safety. Okay, I'm pulling in, I'm pulling this leg in, I'm pushing this leg forward. So I have this foot's on the ground, pushing him up. Okay? Because I want his hips going forward, not back. He's trying to fight back. Again, he's trying to obey rule number 1. Knees to chest. Okay? I'm trying to get his butt forward. Okay? And then I add this, and this if I want. If you want, you can go cross face here too. Right here. Bring it down. He gets to his hip, he's not going to his back because he's tough. And then I parallel ride. And what do I do with my leg? Figure 4. Now, rule number 1 is what, Edgar? I've never heard here. Circle, circle. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Time here now. Rule number 2 goes with rule number 1. I'm trying to get this knee off the ground. Watch what that does. What does that do to his hip? Again, kind of the same idea as before. What does that do to his hip? It opens it up. He's already turning. Okay, Okay? It's not necessarily forward. I'm literally just trying to lift this hip up. Got it? So that's the first drill, is we're breaking them down. So a couple different breakdowns, or I guess two. If we're parallel riding, okay, take the ankle out, hand on top of the head. Right here, on both of them, we're trying to turn our knee out on the leg side. And we're going forward on both of them. Once we break them down, figure fouring, we're on our toe. This toe, we're on one toe, and I'm pulling my knee up. Okay, the other breakdown, goes back up, more of a cross body. Okay, knee in the back, and come underneath, right here, and I push, get down to his hip. Parallel ride, figure four. Now what do? Get the knee up. My RTC coach, Will Rowe, he just calls it fall. I fall to the other side. I don't fall to the easy side. This is the easy side. That's the hip I don't go to. I can go to the other hip. I can go to this hip, because that's turning him. Okay, any questions? Okay, so what's big no-no number one? Just the biggest no-no ever. Don't you dare freaking power half when he's on his base. And get your leg right in. Lace. Watch what this does to his hips. Lace it. Lace it. What's his hips already doing? They're already falling off to the side. Got it? Alright. That's my point. I don't lace. If I do, it's for a split second right at the beginning. I don't really teach lacing, but if you're tall and lanky, and if you can keep your hips on top of lace, then great. You can lace. Alright. Now we're gonna turn them. And we got to be a good partner here. So it wasn't just Tag, there's a couple other guys. The top guy was doing a great job. We're breaking them down. We get to here, and your hip pressure is so good, and the guy's just falling to his back already. He just turns for you. Like, I don't have to do anything. Then I'm like, oh, sweet, this is an easy move. That's not how it works. Come back up. See, he's being a good partner. He wasn't going to his back. Okay? So you're going to do what Brandon does. You're going to break down to your belly first. Okay? Break down to your belly, whatever it is. Hips on top, figure four. What do I need to do now? Get my knee off the ground, right? Starts with the K, ends with knee. Right? Get it, go, because K silent. Alright, so that's good. Good. So get the knee off the ground. First move, the easy move. This move works when this arm's forward, or he balls up, or if I'm really good at bumping, cross facing, okay? All I do is the same thing. I get my knee off the ground. What does that do to my hips and his hips? It turns them. Right here. Now what do? I get up with my hand, I pull the face. Watch what I do with my toe sometimes. If I do it just a little bit, watch what I do with my toe. What am I doing with my toe? I'm like hopping to the side. Okay? So I'm doing two things. Well, three things. Most important thing is the knee. Lift my knee off the ground, that turns his hips. The other thing I do is I hop on my toe to the side, like in a circle kind of, and I pull the face to me. Pull the face. Get my near fall. You might be able to pin them good here if you know how to tighten it up very good. Most of the time you just get near fall though. If you are going to get the pin, if you guys that are a little more advanced want to take it a little further, okay, I get it over here. I get my near fall, okay. If you want to get the bone arrow, sometimes you can get the pin here. Get the pin here, get my chest up on top, you might be able to get it. Okay, but a tough guy, pretty hard to pin there from a Turk. But pretty easy to get near fall if again, it hits. It's all hits, guys. Get the knee to the sky. Knee to the sky. Teaching you good habits, very first wrestling. Knee to the sky. What do we never do? Two things. What's the rule and what's the no-no? What's rule number one on leg ride? Don't put your hip to the ground. Let's big no-no. Don't power half. Okay. Alright, let's drill it. Ready? It's just a turn. Okay, we're on our figure four. Knee goes up to the ceiling. That allows us to fall. Okay, good. When he does this, or when he does this, or when I push, there's the Turk. What if his arm stays out? He's posted, and I fall. Is that alright? What do I do here? Half? Alright. Watch this. Whoop. Now what do I do? Watch. I'm going to push back. And watch what I do with my elbow. I keep it attached to my body. See that? This is what I don't do. This is what I don't do. I don't do this. Don't drill it like that. Okay, what was that? I just pulled. Is he gonna have to let me get that in the match? I'm stronger than him. I'm a lot stronger. I probably want to be able to pull this back on Brandon in a live match. We won't live right now. It doesn't work. Fall. Get my elbow in front. Get that wrist down underneath, and then bring it back. Right here. Now watch. Similar to the tilt yesterday, so this time I'm just gonna cross face. Keep my leg in. There's my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the only time you can hit your hip when you have a bar. Land on my hip with the turn. I push back up. If the ref's dumb, he'll give you your 3, and you do it again. What really should happen, the ref's gonna be like, hold the 3, right, until I let go, right? And if he does that, try doing this. Do this, put you up on the ground, walk his arm, maybe they'll give you a 3. Well, there it is again, trick them, right? There it is again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't let go unless you see him do this. If he's holding, now we can let go, except we're not gonna let go, we're just gonna take the leg out and run the bar and pin him. But if we're going for tilts, guys, don't ever let this goes for any tilt. What's the rule on a tilt? When does the ref gives you the points? When does the ref award the points of your near fall? You have to let go of the move, right? That's the rule. The refs always call it that way? No, so don't let go of the move unless he's gonna make you let go of the move. Right? It even happens in college. Spencer Lee gets away with that all the time. I don't understand. Like I swear, half his reps, like he gets it, gets the turn, comes back up, they're like let go of the wrist, they keep the bar, they'll give him 3. I don't understand. All right. Any questions on it? Fall to the side, elbow to the back. Bring it back up. Cross face. Right across the face. Fall to the side. Got it? Come back on top. Right here. Now I'm holding the wrist and a half. Right here. Just like this. One more time. Under the elbow. Attack the 4 fingers. I'm walking to get over, lifting the elbow, and on top of the head. Okay? My hips are in still. Okay? This motion of push down here, lifting this hip, and lifting this shoulder, it doesn't turn him. What it does is it makes him want to turn for me. So there's going to be, in your matches, you're going to put him in a lot of pain, and he's fighting, it's like crap, and then you're going to let his hips slide a little bit. You're not going to let go of the shoulder. You're going to let go of the hips just a little bit, let loose, and then that allows his hips to turn, and then he turns for you. Every time, if you do it right. Okay? This was the Maple Mountain special when I was in high school. Everyone did this. Right here. Bring it over. Hand on the head. See, his elbow's off the ground. Once he gets his elbow on the ground, he has just that much more angle. Now he's falling up. Okay, now I can't get it. Straighten the arm. Under the elbow. I'm right here. Okay? My pressure is still on him, guys. Pressure. Okay? Now from here, watch this hand. I bend it. He has his own hand, just like this. It's kind of funny, but I promise it works. Right here, and I grab it. Now from here, this is where I place the hand. This is where I let the hips slide just a little bit. Let the hips slide a little bit. See what I'm kind of doing? I'm taking my hips out just a little bit. Otherwise, he can't physically turn without breaking his spine. Okay? Hips slide a little bit. And if you feel him get stuck a little bit, slide a little more. Slide a little more. Get the near fall first. And then let go of the leg and finish the half. Okay, there's only a couple guys that I can turn and pin with a leg and a half the whole way through. And it's the guys that are extremely flexible and extremely long. If I was doing this move to bow, I would probably have, you're going to have to let the hip slide before he even turns probably. But you can still get the leg in, straighten the arm, put him in a lot of pain, put the hand on side, and say, oh crap. And you're fighting it, you're giving him the turn field, but you're not really turning him. He's like, oh crap. And then you let the hip slide, and then it does this. Right? So again, I have the leg in, and again, partner, protect your partner's shoulder. Okay? Guy doing it, protect your partner's shoulder. You don't, and then even opponents, you don't want to hurt your opponents either. You want to hurt them, you don't want to injure them. Okay? At least not this injury. You can break your nose maybe, but don't tear your shoulder stuck. Okay? Hand on the head, replace it. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Okay? Let's see what he's doing. He's already ready to turn for me. I'm not even doing it that hard. He's ready to turn. Let the hip slide a little bit. Hip slide a little bit. Okay? Hip slide a little more. Come out. Get my near fall. See that. Very good. Good. What that wrist does, the hand on the head, that's probably something new for you guys. Who's learned that before? You've learned hand on the head? What does it do?
It helps you.
Doesn't really, it kind of helps him turn more. It's more for the ref. Because how many times have you powered half a guy and the ref stopped it for potentially dangerous? It's because, who has flexible shoulders? Was it you? It was you? Come here. Okay. Go down. If it starts hurting bad, let me know. I'll go slow. It should be fine. So I get this half. Okay. This right here. Yes. Ref's gonna stop this every time. I hate these guys. So hard to turn. Okay. Now watch. Now if I do this. Okay. Now the ref's not gonna stop it. That looks a lot better. This guy. Sorry, you have to drill with him on this move. He's so hard. These guys are hard to turn. Okay. So this, if I'm just halving this way, ref's gonna stop it every time. Okay? Yes, it helps me turn a little bit, but mainly it's for the ref. Okay? That's a lot easier. Now I can let the hip slide. Got it? Alright, ready? Protect the partner. Leg right. Don't go to the hip. Now, are we is he gonna put us to the hip sometimes? Yes, so we don't have to know how to wrestle from here. Because if he sits us to a hip, and I all the way down, come up down the hip, and we start panicking, then it's gonna be bad. I can still wrestle from here, okay? So, my safety, I call it the kickstand, or this is all Will Rose technique. Circle, circle, circle. What did I say do with his knee? Right in the butt crack. Right here. Okay, this secures his hip. This comes out, his hips can slide, he can hip hive, he can shelf, whatever it is. But if this stays tight, guys, you can't slide much. Try to slide. 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 My knee is my kickstand. Which way are you supposed to slide?
Yeah, slide the other way.
Yeah, that's where you're supposed to slide. I keep my kickstand. Okay? So that's the most important thing if I go to my hip. Okay? Besides the fact that I'm trying to get my hips up on top as soon as possible. I'm trying to get back to this. And it's hard. I'm trying to get back to that. And it's not gonna be that easy. That's why we don't go to our hip in the first place. Okay? So kickstand, that's one. Number two, under the top arm. That doesn't mean we're power halving from here. That means we're just under this top arm, we're keeping track of it. Now, if this guy's sloppy, which a lot of high schoolers are, I can get easy points from here. Andrew Hofstrasser, who knows who that is? Coach,
we know Andrew.
You know who he is? One-time NCAA finalist, another 1 or 2-time All-American, national team member, a couple times in freestyle. Awesome wrestler. He was from Utah, wrestled at Boise State. Now he trains with me. Okay, he turns me in this every time we wrestle. And he just does this. He pulls this arm, and I'm out of great position, guys. He pulls this arm, he puts his elbow in the back, kind of wraps right here. He gets me in this turn all the time, and I'm doing perfect technique. It pisses me off. Okay, so right here. It's our new tilt. Let's say he puts us here. He puts us in here. Boom. I'm keeping this. Okay? Forearm right in the middle of the back. I'm just kind of wrapping on this collarbone right here. Forearm in the back. Pull this elbow. Right here. Right? So he sits me to the hip. Right here. We don't want to be here. But we can wrestle. Don't panic. Knee up the butt. We're wrestling. We're keeping this. Okay? Forearm right in the middle of the back. Wrap the collarbone. Pull the elbow. Easy points. Okay? I'm pushing that. The reason why it goes in the middle of the back, because there's the shoulder blades, and then there's like this little crevice in the middle. I go right in the middle, so I can kind of push the shoulder blade away. Right there. Get that easy near fall. Okay? Easy near fall. And now he fights so hard to get back to his belly. That's when I can get my hip back on top. Now I'm in a good position. Any questions there? Pull that elbow. Wrap that collarbone. It's like a back collar tie. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what he calls it. snatch it back. Keep that leg tight, keep that butt, or the knee in the butt crack. Got it? Ready? Jack is the one that got really good at this. And I don't know exactly what he does. I'm sure he does a couple different things. But he just made me think that people need to stop overthinking how to turn guys on top. He would sometimes get a leg in, hook, and roll and tilt. And sometimes it's that easy, guys. So we break him down. We get this tight. Some guys are trying to power half. They're trying to pull the wrist around back to get a bar. They're doing all these hard things. But sometimes all it takes is to go underneath, grab two wrists, grab a claw on a wrist, okay? Maybe he's not giving me the wrist, so I can do this. And then I do this, I pull it in, and then I go claw, all with my leg in, and then I just use the leg guide to hip over. Like we can use all the same tilts, you know, claw, wrist tilt, double wrist, half and wrist, and just use the leg to turn his hips. I lift that knee in the air, okay? So there's a couple different ways. I can go wrist and shoulder. I can go wrist and elbow, wrist and wrist, wrist and short half, okay? Wrist and claw, okay? Whatever it is, besides full Nelson, everything else you can do, okay? And sometimes I always go away from the leg that I have. So I have my left leg in, I'm rolling away from it. Wrist and wrist, roll away from the leg, okay? Go back.
Hey, do that again. Show how you dropped your right knee to the outside before you rolled. Just like
pull. Then right now the knee's in not my leg right knee that's lifting, my other knee I'm on my toe. I'll step up over, collapse the hip right here, hook the shoulder, hook the elbow, right here. Stop overthinking your tilts. If he's bridging hard, watch, kick the leg out, come back on top. Now this one, really easy. Throw the ref, he can't ball up because he can get stalling. Oh, pull us in, right here. Sometimes it helps to put your head right in the back. Take your hip pressure off just for a split second to get that knee in, and then I pull the hip over. Easy tilts. My favorite is the claw ride, but you can do shoulders, you wrist and shoulder, wrist and elbow or a short hook, kind of like on a bar. Okay, pretty simple. Any questions there? Use the leg. Why it's so easy right now is because you have your leg right in to turn the hips. Okay, and he can't do this because the ref calls him stalling. He has to do this. So then I can attack the wrist, get the claw, whatever it is. Got it? All right, ready?